G'day, Angela. I just had to have some sort of intro going to fill in the boring bits of a intro for live videos. It's quite difficult to get, where are we, we're over there. It's quite difficult to get a decent intro. So I was experimenting there. Anyway, how are we all going? What have we got there? We've got Bruce Anderson so far and Angela Young. So g'day, how you all going? I've sent this across to Facebook as well. So while we're waiting for some people to come on board, if you can, if someone can go to my Facebook page and grab this live episode link and share it on the art page of ours, the Indianapolis Art Network, just while things start building up for the beginning of this show. Mark Babbitt, g'day. Good evening, Ian, and everyone of the lovely people here. G'day, Mark, how are you? For those of you who aren't familiar, Mark is one of my administrators on the Indianapolis Art Network channel there. He's helping me do the admin on that page there, and I'm very grateful to you, Mark, so thank you for all your help. And Mark's got a habit of posting up some very beautiful and interesting pictures that you can probably use as the odd reference picture. So have a look at that on the page there while you're scrolling through. Okay, we've got Bev. Hello, Bev. How are you? People are coming now. So far, we've got up to 24 and only 3 people commenting. Don't be sure to comment. This is a YouTube live Q&A now, so we're here. So as you can ask me questions and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. We've all got our coffees going for this Friday night live show. We're going to be on for about an hour and then we'll call it quits. So at the moment, you can take a moment out now just to hit the thumbs up button down below. There's a thumbs up button down there, and share it on all your social media networks as well, all right? I do have a few prompt cards as usual to get me through this show. Let's have a look over here. If you see me going over here, that's because I'm reading the questions here. And here are we. Thank you, Mark. Angela Young saying thank you, Mark. Janice Burns, g'day, Janice Burns. How are you? I'm here to answer your questions and also acknowledge as many of you as I can, all right? Reba, hello from Alabama. G'day, Reba. How are you going? And there's Crackerbox Place. G'day, mate. Crackerbox. G'day, Crackerbox. N. Bawsey. Hello from Buffalo, New York. Okay, I am struggling, says Angela Young, with retarder. It's either too wet or not enough. Still experimenting. Well, there you go. You hit the button on the head there. You need to experiment with it. I had to take a lot of time to experiment with it, but experiment with the paints you've got and how it's going to work. Different paints are different thicknesses, and that'll have a lot to do with it as well. But just remember, it's just to slow down the drying time of your paints there, your acrylic paints, all right? Okay, Brenda. Hey, mate. G'day, Brenda. How are you all going? And if there's anyone there, because I ain't the knowledge of everything, sometimes I might not know the answer to everybody's question there. So I would put it across to you people to help other people in this chat to maybe answer them as well. So it's another way to get you interacting with each other, because that's what I like to do. And I'll tell you what, after watching the replays, I've got to stop swinging in this chair. It's so annoying. I don't know. So Bev is saying, I know you ship a lot of art. Can you please tell us how you do it as cheap as possible? I just had spent $39 to ship only 260 miles the same country. Yeah, that's the killer. Postage with your art, depending where you are, they go by weight. Where I am, I can only tell you how it is where I am, and they go by the weight. So that's why I've made my canvas panels out of lightweight foam. These ones are MDF board. There are a couple coming up in my next two tutorials actually, and I had one in the opening intro there. So for those of you who missed out on the intro, when this is all finished, you can go back and watch the replay and just have a look at the info. I'm going to do it because I want to see just how the sound went and everything like that. Sandra, Hi everyone, says Sandra. Tabitha, hello everyone, and like and share on to Facebook. Thank you, Tabitha. Mark Babbitt just posted the link for this live event to the group page. Thank you very much, Mark. You're a champion. You are a champion. I'll be lost without you. All right. So for the art group page, I've just got some memos here. I want you to have fun there. Post whatever you like, so long as you know it's not a religious platform or a political platform, and it's not a marketing platform for people to sell whatever they're selling. But for everything else, it's open. Go for it. And I want you to have fun on that platform. But also, I'd like to, if I can, get the people to put images of themselves up there sometimes with their art. So because sometimes you can be just familiar with a person's name and their art, but I feel it's nice to actually put a face to their name as well. So if you haven't, don't be shy and put a picture of yourself with some of your art as well. All right, there's a community there, and I want everyone to get a bit more open with everybody there. All right. What else we got here? We'll go down and answer some more questions. Trucker Daddy, aka John in Quebec. I'm not a morning person. Don't know how to do it. Well, fair enough, John in Quebec. Not everyone's a morning person, but the older you get and the earlier you go to sleep, the more you become a morning person. Namiko, sorry I can't read your language there. Crackerbox is laughing at you, Trucker Daddy. Bev, your page has been so awesome. So many talented people and all sweet. Yes, it's picking up a lot of beginners and a lot of professional artists, a lot of advanced artists, and there's a big variety for everybody to see there. It's going great. People are telling me it's going great anyway. That's wonderful to hear. Trucker Daddy, he sends hugs in Spanish. Okay, so obviously Trucker Daddy can translate that for us. Namiko is obviously sending hugs in Spanish. I think that's what you're referring to, Trucker Daddy. Russ Webb, hi Ian. Sitting in an airport in Ottawa, Canada, listening to your session. I'm from South France. Thank you very much. Who was that? Russ Webbs. Thank you for joining us, Russ. You have a great time in that airport, waiting for your gate to open and board that plane. And just remember, when you're on that plane, I don't know how far you're traveling, but try and get yourself a beautiful sleep, okay? It's important. Salute, Ross, says Trucker Daddy. Barry, g'day from Geraldton. Ian, Geraldton. Hello, Barry in Geraldton. For those of you who don't know, Geraldton is a town 4 hours by airplane north of my city, Perth. Okay, sorry, 4 hours by car north of my city in Perth. It's about an hour in the plane, but yeah, it's about 400 k's north of Perth. For those of you who don't know, and it's a good bit of a tourist town there as well. City. It's not a city, it's a town actually. And Mark Babbitt says, have to say, if you haven't joined Ianapolis Art Network group, you should. Lots of activity and great people having a great time. All thanks to Ian. Thank you very much, Mark. Yeah, that's what it's all about. We're trying to get people to have a great time there. I don't mind how experienced you are and what work you're posting on there. Links to if you've got videos, you can put links to your videos. They're all welcome as well. It's just no marketing, religion, or politician stuff, okay? That's pretty easy to remember. And if you have any questions about the art group, be sure to ask them and I'll answer them, okay, as best of my ability. Sharon Blankenship is, hello, she wants to say hello to everyone from Orlando. Love your new Facebook group. I have been recommending your videos to everybody in another group. Thank you very much there, Sharon. Bev, do you take requests for tutorials? I would love for you to teach us how to paint storms like tornadoes, supercells and clouds. I've done like stormy skies and supercells. You need to go into the links in the description below. There's about 6 links there, and I have one for my videos. and you can just, I've got over 210 videos there, and there's a lot of different subjects in there for you to look at. Okay, I don't really do requests because a lot of the times I don't want to offend people, because a lot of the times the requests don't suit what I want to put into my channel, and sometimes it does. So I don't want to, some people thinking others are being faded over others. So I look into what you do request, and if I can use it, I slip it in there. But if I can't, unfortunately, I can't. And for that sake, if I do use it, it's not quite fair to say such and such gave me this one to use, because the other one I couldn't use is going to feel offended. Well, he used that one, but why didn't he use mine? So I'm just trying to spread an even blanket of kindness over everything there, all right? Angela Young, sorry. Mickey, hello from Southern California. Trucker Daddy is, thanks, Mark. I have a board on painting and I'm having painter's block. Angela Lung, do you do tutorials? Oh, sorry. I did a tutorial yesterday and was quite impressed with the outcome. When I stopped the video, I missed out leaving the blank details. We'll be working on it. Thank you for your teaching. You're very welcome, Angela Young. Bev, exactly, Mark. I could easily spend a whole day on the group page. They're loving that page, Mark. It's fantastic, isn't it? I hope you've all got a coffee there. I hope you've all taken time to just hit that thumbs button, the like button. And I'll tell you what, if the odd person's popping in that doesn't really like me, if you don't like what I do, don't tell me, tell everybody, all right? Patrick, hi Ian, I love your work. Thank you very much, Patrick. That's great. Deb Dag says hello. G'day, Deb Dag. I'll just get rid of some notifications here from another thing there. Mark Babbitt, Trucker Daddy. Mark Babbitt's telling Trucker Daddy there, who, for those of you who can't read this, I will always offer any assistance to you anytime you need. Mark Babbitt is a very helpful person. Yes, so what he's saying there, Trucker Daddy, he means it. He reached out to me and said it, and I'm like, but when I experienced his realness in his words, he's true to his word. Okay, Jim Cooper's given us a thumbs up. Thank you, James Cooper, and Crackerbox Palace is saying ha for some reason. We don't know why yet. Maybe she'll tell us later on. I've got a different suit on this morning. We'll get into this suit. Now, this one was my very first blazer I bought years ago when I was divorced, long time ago, and it's sat in the cupboard. So I pulled that out today, but I've given it the matching hanky and tie and the tie clip and the matching cufflinks there. So that's today's get up and go. Taser is saying, hi Ian and everyone. Thank you for accepting my friendship to the group. I am meeting many artists, professionals and beginners like myself, having a great time and learning from other experiences. That's great to hear, Taser. That's what it's all about as well. It doesn't have to be art you put on there. You can ask questions or things like that, just so long as they're not going into religion or political backgrounds, okay? Just anything to do with general life and your art. Okay, and you can just post a big fat question as well if you have a question to ask somebody, and I'm sure somebody up there will answer it for you as well. Doris, hello from sunny Florida. Tried your method of doing the sky and water this week, and it turned out very good. That's great to hear, Doris. And if you think it's turning out good, keep that behaviour going. Don't let it slip away from you. Keep practicing up to that level you are, and it'll stay with you, okay? Maureen, hi Ian. Look how handsome you look. Thank you very much, Maureen. As always, thank you for all the lessons. Love your love from Johnstown in PA, whatever PA is. Maybe that's an American thing. Angela Young saying, it's the best. The group has been excellent, and a lot of people there were when you asked. I'll tell you what, forgive my reading, all right? So many professional artists. Thank you for all your help. Tabitha Williams, thank you. There you go. Tabitha Williams looking very sharp. Thank you, Tabitha Williams. See, everybody knows who I am and what I look like, but I don't quite know. I know some of you what you look like, So when you're in the group, even if you give a hello to me in a photo and put that up there, just so I can connect and what you look like today, okay? Bruce Anderson, do you mind me sharing photos of your art page? I forgot to ask you. Well, no, that's, do you mind me sharing photos on? No, go for it, Bruce. That's what it's all about. Share your photos, do whatever. Put yourself out there. And, maybe some beginners or other artists might want to pick them up as a reference and use them along as a reference. If they're your photos, that's great. Just make sure that you know that they're your photos. And then people, it's up to them to ask you, hey, Bruce, do you mind if I use this as a reference picture or put it in my video, and things get accepted that way as well, okay? There is a lot of unknowns, new artists coming in and not knowing what rights there are with pictures and subjects and copyrights and stuff like that. All I can say is, no matter what you're painting, if you paint it your version of that and put your autograph on it, okay? Don't try and pull it off as that person's painting and move it on that way, okay? Where are we going? All mine, says Bruce Anderson. So, okay, Bruce Anderson's obviously into photography. I'm taking it, Bruce, and he's got some photos there. He will be posting them on the page, I'm assuming, and they are open for use of reference pictures in your art, if you like. And you can be sure, be sure if you've done a painting from somebody's photo, whether it's Bruce's or somebody else's, be sure, inspired by Bruce's photo or such and such's photo. It's just a wonderful and kind thing to do with your art, okay? So people can know where it come from. In my early days, I didn't know this, and I've used some pictures back when I started, and or I've used somebody else's picture thinking it was theirs and realizing somebody else created that. Okay, so that's just why it's important to know what belongs to who. I see everyone's painting, says Sharon. Barry, that bottom picture looks like beach up in Goro. Oh, well, Barry, sorry I couldn't read your words there properly. Yahoo, first time catching you live. Thanks for sharing your talent with us, says Susan Batello. Or is that? I'll just put Susan or Batello. I'm assuming Susan Batello. G'day, Susan Batello. It's your first time here. Welcome, and I hope you'll be here next week and the week after. We can add photograph names and proper credits. Yes, you can. Can we teach one of yours and give you credits? Absolutely. That's what my channel's there is all about. I'm teaching you how to paint, and if you can learn something from it, I've had other YouTubers doing my tutorials and they've credited me in it, which is great. All right. I just had another guy recently. His name was Brad Lee, BLG. He approached me by a message and asked if he can do one of my paintings. I said, knock yourself out and surprise me with your wit. And he did that. He did the dolphin, and I shared it on my page. So Hands On BLG, we did that one. And it was fun to see that. So yes, go for it. Go for it. Now, these are what's coming up. These are done on MDF board. What I'm doing with this painting is, see the rocks out there? It's pretty much a lot of elements there. We've got a beach, we've got reef in the water, we've got a groin coming out of the water there, and we've got a sky. So there's a lot of different elements in this painting, and the way these rocks are done is very easy. I'll get back to the other one in a minute. There's a lot of questions going up there, and it's only fair that I can acknowledge you as best as I can. Hey, Bruce Anderson. Love your stuff. I've been sharing photos almost daily. Everyone in the group is welcome to use a reference painting. There you go from Mark Babbitt. Thank you, says Sharon. Angela Young. I am just keeping up with the page. Lol, but a great idea. I'm just trying to... Okay, here we go. Bev is saying, blending brushes are yours soft, medium, or hard bristled? And what material are they made from? My blending brushes are synthetic. They're from the hardware store. And the face edge here is quite broad compared to ones you might get from the art shop, which are very skinny. Okay. And you need to go in and practice with someone, find the one. You can't just find one and go, that'll work. You have to experiment with those brushes from the hardware store. Bev, can you share your preferred brand of paints and brushes? Well, I use Atelier paints. I've approached Atelier to try and get some paints from because I want to put some kits together. So I'll see how things go there. Donna, hello from Mobile, Alabama. You have taught me a lot about art and myself. I have never damaged. I have nerve damage. Just want to say, I paint for pain. Great therapy. Thank you very much for that, Donna. I just want to thank you. I paint for pain. All right. I'm not quite sure what that means, but obviously it's healing your pain. I'm hoping you're saying there. Joanne is saying, hi from Quebec. My first time on your live, but follow you on your obviously YouTube channel. Thank you very much there, Joanne. Whew. Thank you, Susan. Your skies are very easy to learn. Most of my paintings have a sky in them, and you can just learn. You can break the videos up into 3 pieces: the sky, the painting, and the foreground, if you like, and just learn how to do a sky. Watch a few of my paintings and learn how to do a sky. Crackerbox is saying, thank you, Mark. Hi from London, Ontario. Love your work, and I'm learning a lot, says Deborah McKinley. Good stuff, Deborah McKinley. Now, I just want to jog your memory. There's about 6 links in the description below, and I can go through them. There's one for my bloopers. I've got a few bloopers going out there, but be mindful there is mild coarse language in the bloopers. They're behind the scenes, all the mistakes and bits and pieces that went wrong in some videos. Not every video I'm able to catch blooper material. There's one for my art group page. If you're not already a member on my art group page, click the link and join up there. You can follow me on Facebook. You can message me direct there if you have questions you want to ask me throughout the week. There's one for my Patreon platform. You can become a patron if you like. Click on that and become a patron and support my content every month. There's also art for sale. All my tutorials are for sale. You can message me on Facebook and ask me, where can I see them? I can direct you there. There is a link for my art for sale. It's virtually my art album on my Facebook page. I don't have a website, unfortunately. Well, I don't want the headaches of one either. And there are paintings in there that are available for sale, okay? And if you want to buy one, you're more than welcome. And the good thing about it is you can sit back, look at the back. Oh, that's tutorial number such and such. And you can go back and watch it being created. It's great stuff. And there's also a link for my video catalog. I have over 210 YouTube tutorials on my channel here, and I want people to learn where they are and how to access them, because a lot of people aren't realizing just what content I have on my channel here, okay? Where are these questions getting away from me? Able to sort of this guy, thank Mark London, read that one. Okay, Dorothy Parrott, thank you for inspiring me as a beginner. Realistic paintings, I love it. Thank you very much, Dorothy. Angela Art Studio, greetings from Northern California. Greetings to you. Is it Angelala Art Studio? Angelala Art Studio. Let's all have a drink in a minute and say hello to Angela's Art Studio. Marcia Best. Hi, Ian. Marcia here. Still loving your paintings. Thank you very much, Marcia. Maureen. Hi, guys. Make sure you give all the thumbs up. Thank you, Ian. There we go. Let's go again. Hit the thumbs up button down there. All right. It just takes a second. Bang, and we're out there. And also share it on your social network like Facebook, or if you have Twitch, or what are those other ones, Tumblrs, or the one with the camera. I don't know, there's just so many out there now, I can't keep up with them. Mark Babbitt, Ian, any chance of creating a podcast where you interview a local artist, maybe on a live basis? Would love to hear you chat one-on-one. You know what? I know a few artists, Australian artists, but they're not in my capital city, and it's very hard for me to get that to happen, unfortunately, Mark. If some of them out there have the means to get to me, good stuff, it can happen. But, you know, at the moment, I can't get things like that to happen. Maybe if I was doing what I'm doing now full time, things like that can be organised and made to happen. But I'm doing all my YouTube as a part-time in between my real work, okay, and looking after my cats and loving my cats. Love them. That was a cyber kiss to me cats, by the way, not to you, Mark. Shanta Jones, I just want to say thank you for doing paintings for us beginners. You are very welcome, Shanta. Angela Young is saying, love you. Oh, sorry. You're funny on your tutorial, and I'm guessing you are going to be funnier on your bloopers. I just want to watch them, watching how you work. Yeah, some of them are like setting up. Some of them have got stumbling. Some of them have got the beat words in them. So I do like to stress there's mild coarse language in there. Nothing really bad, but, you know, the old bad one. And, yeah, you get a look at what goes on into my tutorials and what makes them. There's, I don't know, there's maybe half a dozen or a dozen in there. Have a look anyway. The link's in the description below. My son Reese has that channel going, so go to the videos when you get in there, and there's probably a few down the bottom which is to do with his gaming. If you're into gaming, you've got some of those to watch, but the bloopers are all there in their own group as well, all right? Crackerbox, the bloopers are hilarious, says Crackerbox. She's had a look at them, and she's obviously enjoyed watching those. Bev, did you make it to USA yet? No, I didn't. I can't afford to go there on my own. I was needing some help because I wanted to stay there for a month. And to stay there for a month creates expense, keeping my expense here going, not working expense, and being able to stay there for a month and get to places to meet people. But unfortunately, a lot of the idiotic idiots thought I just wanted my fans to pay for a holiday for me and pay to meet me and that. And it was getting too much of a head mess for me, also with my normal work here. And I thought, you know what? Bugger it. So I sent all the money back, because I made a GoFundMe page, and I just couldn't do it, okay, because it needed time and money for that to happen. It's pointless going there for a couple of days, seeing a person, and then everyone else. I wanted to go and meet you people that inspire me to keep doing what I'm doing, and you enjoy what I'm doing, and I wanted to be able to reach out and reach you as well beyond a live video chat, you know, one-on-one in person, things like that, you know. But anyway, I didn't make it there. One day I will, and if I ever do, I will let you know, because I was going to make a US tour all on my channel about it as well, when I met people and what town we're in, and it would have been a journey throughout that visit to USA. It would have been something great, but unfortunately I couldn't get it to happen. Okay, so, but if it does happen, you will know. Is it okay to do some of your paintings and give as a gift? Yes, it is. You do. That's what my channel's all about, teaching you how to paint, and you can make paintings from my paintings and put your signature on it. You want to sell them or you want to give them a gift? That's what it's all about, my friend. Who said that? Marcia. Crackerbox. Yes, it is, Marcia. See, Crackerbox just said yes, it is as well. Susan, please stand up. I need to see your suit pants. You know, I don't have any suit pants on. Who said that, Susan? There's probably going to be a segment in my live shows. We've been going for half an hour where I've got to stand up and show me bottom half. Mark Babbitt, the bloopers are the best. You should make more and market them separately. They are marketed separately, but unfortunately with the bloopers, you need natural mistakes to happen. And back then, I had other people on set with me and mistakes were happening, where now it's just me and my mindset's more in tune to, right, camera on. There you go, Indianapolis here. Bang, stop, bring it over. And then, now down on the palette here, the mindset's different, but when somebody else is there, accidents happen. When I'm on my own, very little or no accidents happen, so there's no material in my editing cuts to create bloopers at the moment. All right, so that's why, that's the fact at the moment with that, Mark. He's wearing shorts, says Crackerbox. Janice Burns, and no shoes. Well, I tell you what, I'm not wearing shorts today. I'm not wearing any socks. I'm not wearing any shoes. I'm not wearing any belts. I'm going to have to show you what I'm wearing. I'm just wearing, because it's cold here, I've got some long tracky dacks on, all right? Because it's quite cold here. I'll just sit here and wait for my number to be called. There we go. Oh, and I do have the bare feet going. There we go. The autofocus on the camera's gone silly. Too much movement there. All right. So now you know what I've got on underneath the table. Mark Babbitt, Susan, he's wearing shorts. Obviously, that was before I showed you what I am wearing. I'm wearing tracky dacks today. It's quite cold here, and for a bit too cold to wear. Haha, Janice, love it. I love it. Says Susan, Janice, I don't think he owns any shoes. Oh, I own some shoes. Maybe I'll have to start wearing shoes and, you know, instead of posing off me cufflinks and ties and that, I can start, you know, putting my feet up there and posing off me shoes. I love me shoes. I've got a lot of shoes, actually. Babbitt, I'll volunteer for bloopers. I'm great at making mistakes. Well, Mark, if you can get over here and be here when I'm filming, you're more than welcome. But I need people in the actual studio when we're filming. No, get out the way, you idiot. It's just creating mistakes, and that's how the bloopers happen. I don't know what else you were meaning there by you would volunteer for bloopers. Nancy is saying, lol, too funny. Janice Burns, woo-hoo. Woo-hoo. So awesome. I totally love it. Perfectly dressed. Yeah, perfectly dressed, aren't I? Who said that? Susan. Yeah, let's take a moment to understand what Susan's all about. She knows a man when she sees one. Perfectly dressed. This is a bit, I'm not that keen on this jacket, but it's doing its part. Yeah, I was going to wear a big bulky watch today, but I thought, nah, it's a bit overkill. Did my hair up there. No, be comfortable, says Tabitha. Yeah, I'm quite comfortable. I really am. But you know what? I just want to undo my jacket, because when you sit down, you need to undo a jacket. There we go. Look at that. The big chest. I always got to cover up my chest and arms because they're massive. They're huge, ripped, packed tight, full of folds. That's why you'll always see me wearing something, because it's massive under there. I don't need to go to the gym. I've conquered the gym. Anyway, let's get back to this. I'm so proud. I have the same shoe style as Ian. Barefoot, says Mark Babbitt. Good on you, Mark. Tabitha saying, haha. Angela Young, your heart is so huge. Ian, we all love how freely you give. I'm a giver. Also, can't thank you enough. Thank you very much, Angela. I think, Angela, you're from Queensland, aren't you? You're an Aussie girl, aren't you? And if those of you who don't know, I'm Australian. I live in Australia. I can't assume everybody knows who I am or where I live. And us Aussies, we have a real thick accent when it comes to other people around the world, apparently. We're used to it, but a lot of people just do say your accent, blah, blah, blah. So obviously it would be nice to step out of ourselves and hear what we sound like in other people's ears, wouldn't it? Crackerbox says, every girl's crazy for a sharp-dressed man. Yeah, they are. They are. You know who taught me to start dressing sharp? Me son. Because I got me son, get a suit, son, and then my son looks great. I grabbed a suit. And then my son started going out. And in all his group, he was the only one wearing the suit. But so what? It's him. And yeah, it does look sharp. And you see it on movies, but sometimes you don't register. But no, I'm quite happy to go out now and wear me suit and tie instead of just being I was a bit like, well, it's a bit over the top, but I'm loving it. Janice Burns says, hello to Angela. Yes, Queensland, says Janice. No, yeah, Janice Burns. No, Angela Young. So many here. How many we got up there? 41. The audience is going down to the high 40s, low 40s, goes into the low 30s, back into the 40s. Give us a thumbs up, all those new people that's just joined. Harvey Bay, you're welcome anytime. Mark Babbitt, wait. Ian has an accent? Wait, what? It's an Australian accent, Mark, like, Ian, what you up to today, mate? That's how us Aussies talk. Gary, if anyone uses oil paint on a small part of acrylic and gets special effects, would you then varnish it with oil paint varnish, the entire or just part? I don't know, Jerry. I seem to varnish the whole painting. If someone else can read that question a bit more clear and maybe answer it as well. But I use an oil-based varnish over acrylics. The oils can go over acrylics, but the acrylics cannot go over oils, okay? And if you're getting an effect where you're just doing bits and pieces, pioneer it and see what you get. But, you know, art's everything about discovering things and how they look to the eye, okay? Crackerbox. Jan could be because some paints have cadmium in them, says Crackerbox. Marcy is saying, so you don't look too shabby at all. You look stunning, says Marcia. Thank you very much, Marcia. Oh, I want to thank, I've had some patrons pop on board in the last week, and I want to acknowledge those patrons. I always like to acknowledge new patrons when they jump on board. There is a link in the description below if you're not a patron and you'd like to support my content every month. It's just a way of saying, you know what, Ian, we love what you do. Here's $1, $5, whatever a month, okay? Other patron pages, people do offer rewards and gimmicks and things out there. I'm too busy. I just cannot do that. If you want to join my Patreon page, I'm very much appreciated, but just know that there's no fancy rewards out there for you. It's just you saying, hey, Ian, we love what you do. Here's $1 or $2 every month, all right? And my new patrons that jumped on board this week was Rebecca Hickman. Thank you very much, Rebecca Hickman. Heather Nicole. Thank you very much, Heather Nicole, for joining my Patreon platform. And Kathy Ogan, or Ogan. Okay, thank you once again to those three people, and your support is very much appreciated, all right? Thank you very much to those people. Tony, hi, Ian. How much you bench on the old bench press there? How much do you... Oh, I don't bench. No, I don't go to the gym. I don't bench press nothing. Yeah. How much do you bench on the bench press? How many times or whatever? Yeah, I wouldn't know. I just wouldn't know. Sorry, can't answer that question for you. Hello, Mark. I find painting sea and water is hard for me, though, says Marcia. I have quite a few paintings on sea and water, so have a look at those. Let's get on to this one here. I just got a jet. Angela Lala Studios saying, I've just got a jet. Just wanted to stop by and see you. Say hello to everybody. Have a wonderful, blessed weekend. Love much. Cyber hugs and kisses back to you, Angela Lala Art Studio. You go and jet off and do what you got to do, all right? And it's Uru from the Guru from me to you. All right. Now, this is another one. This is a very beginner's one. This is coming out after the rock one. Now, this is just a couple of, like a sun rising. People like, can you do a sun rising? I've put a jetty there. You can have a jetty or a boat. And I've never put birds in my paintings for those of you who might have noticed. This is the first one I've done with birds. All right? And it's a sunrise. Some people were asking, can you do sunrises? And I'm like scratching my head saying, well, I've done a lot of sunsets. Can't you just call it a sunrise instead of a sunset? But I thought, hey, I can do another one. It coincides with the subject matter I use on my channel there. All right. So those are the next two coming out. This one, then that one. All right. Let's get that focus done right. Where are we up to? 40 minutes. So we've got about another 20 minutes to go. In my art group page, be sure to credit people's videos you've used. If you've used people's videos or their reference photos or pictures, just be sure to credit that person, okay? Who else do we have here? Are you canvas smooth or rough? Which is best if you don't doing a lot of blending? If you're not doing a lot of blending like I do, MDF boards and canvases are fine. I found on the MDF board, the way I blend with the retarder and the white flow and that is perfect marriage for the canvas, but not so much for MDF smooth surfaces. You can still do it, but you're going to have a bit more of a challenge, and I wouldn't want to really put it out there for a beginner to try and learn on a surface that's going to be very challenging for them. So the way I blend with my flowing white paint and retarder mix for my skies, the best marriage is on canvas with tooth, okay? Tooth canvas. Jan just wanted to know why you, Jane just wanted to know why you wear gloves when you paint. Good question. G'day, Ian. Can you please show a close-up of the top painting on the wall, please? I just did that. All right. Why I wear gloves, there's a few reasons. The paint getting on my hands, the cleanup at the end, it's just a matter of pulling them off. And now I've also, with the lab coat and the gloves, and the black background in my studio, it's become a visual thing as well. So the gloves are just part of my prop now. I never used to wear gloves in the beginning in my very early videos, and then because I work and my hands are not the softest and they've got cracks here and there, they're getting better, but paint gets caught in all those bits and pieces, and it was just a mongrel to clean. And I thought, you know what, surgical gloves are the way to go. And it's so easy just to rip them off and throw them in the bin when you're finished. So that's the reason why I wear gloves, and they're also a bit of a prop. They become part of the look in my videos, all right? He used to paint without gloves. It's too much to wash off and keep his hands, having a busy lifestyle. There you go, says Angela Young. She just answered part of the question. Sandra's saying, my clouds still suck. Can I apply the paint with a different brush and then fan brush? Just not getting the hang of the brush for clouds. Well, you'll have to practice a bit more applying the paint to your canvas. You can use a brush to apply it. I use a fan brush, and then you use a different brush to blend it. But it sounds like you need a bit more practicing. Watch some more. If you like the way I'm doing my clouds, watch some more over a few times and then go and practice them again. That's the best way to get onto it. Thank you so much, says Bev. Crackerbox. Sandra uses whichever brush. Use whichever brush works for you, says Crackerbox. Marcia Best. I use canvas board. Only should I use retarder every time I'm going to paint? Should I? I only use retarder in my the first application, which is the sky, because I'm going to blend the sky, maybe different colors, some misty clouds and some beautiful clouds. When I'm doing the rest of the painting, adding retarder, okay? For your clouds, I find sponge pretty good, but you still need to blend. There you go, Angela Young. You can use anything to apply a cloud. Tissues, sponge, your fingers, Q-tips, a knife, and your paintbrush. You can use very many different tools there. Crackerbox. If you are doing a lot of blending, well, obviously she's answered someone's question there. Bruce Anderson. Sandra, biggest thing about blending clouds is keep your blending wiped off. Too much paint on the brush smudges it. That's a very good point Bruce just brought up there. I do say it in my videos a lot, but it's quite easy for me to forget that issue when I'm just saying you've got to blend. What Bruce is saying there, when you're blending, you've got to keep wiping it off. You're building up and blend it again, wipe it off, because what you can do is transfer the paint from here just to there. You want it gradienting away and blending and getting that beautiful, whether it's mist or a cloud, something like that. So it is important to blend a bit, wipe, blend a bit and wipe. Greetings from Dalton GA, says Terry Smith. Okay, what else we got here? Have fun in the art group. Yes, said that. Join my art group if you're not a member of the art group. The link's in the description below. Be sure to credit other artists. in there if you're using their videos or their reference pictures or their photos, just so we can acknowledge where the work actually came from, the idea came from. Okay, it's always healthy to acknowledge who owns what. And once again, I've had some patrons join me last week: Rebecca Hickman, Heather Nicole, and Kathy Ogan. Oh, again, thank you very much for joining my patrons platform. I do have art for sale. There's a link in the description below. They're my tutorial paintings. They're all the canvas panels I paint on there. And you can message me in Facebook. You can look at the link for the art for sale. It's in my Facebook album, one of my photo albums there, and you can see what's available. When one is sold, it's removed from that album, so you're not asking for one that's already been purchased. I'll tell you what, my coffee gets some long legs when I go live. We've been flying for 46 minutes, 37 people, gone down to 37 people. Now, is an hour too long for this show? I just want to be able to interact with you and give you something, respond with you out here. What else have I got on my board there? I'm always grateful for everybody's support with my YouTube channel. So I also want to thank you for your support and encourage me to keep doing what I'm doing, because it's working both ways there. Mark, Bruce is a smart guy. I like how Ian uses a roll of kitchen towel still on the roll to wipe the brush. Bruce is a smart guy, says Mark Babbitt. Thank you very much, Mark. Bruce, thank you, Ian. I have to run. I will share photos in a bit. Peace to you as always. Thank you very much, Bruce. You're welcome. You take care of yourself there, Bruce. Janice Burns, do you have a good video for pine trees? A few people like mine, so I did a short video. My website for them. Oh yes, I looked at that last night actually, Janice Burns. You had a flat brush. You know what? I'm not a big doer of evergreens or pine trees. I've noticed every man and his dog in America is doing them. You don't need someone from me over here that don't know exactly what they look like to try and show you how to paint them, because it helps if they're in my vicinity, you see things and that, how to get a grasp on things as well. I mean, I can paint one, but I don't really go out there and paint pine trees. There's a lot of other artists already doing that. I have done them here and there, but I can admit I'm not the best at them. Where are we? So for your question there, Janice, I don't have a video on pine trees. I've got some videos on trees and shrubs, but not the actual pine trees. Hello from New York, says Linda Day. Crackerbox says bye-bye, Bruce, or bye to you, Bruce. Jerry, just painted one of your tutorials canvas and someone wants to buy it. I have no idea what to charge as I'm a new painter. Well, if they like it and you like it, you need to set yourself at least a minimum cost. You can go into the amount of time it took you, how much paint you've used, what research you did to get the painting to where it is. You can go into all those facets, but if you're just a beginner, you probably, if you're happy with $50, $100, $150, whatever, and if they're happy to pay for it, you can work something out there. Okay, as an example, I sell mine for 90 Australian dollars. Whether they're greatly detailed ones or they're just a basic one, they're all just one price. I do my videos for nothing, so I see, well, there's at least $90 I can get back. That's Australian dollar. They work out about the high 60s in the US dollar. Okay, so tell your friend if they want to buy your painting. If you're happy with $50, $60, whatever, just put that price on there. And if they think it's a bit dear, just tell them, well, I can bring the price down, but I'll do a stick figure painting for you. How's that? Anyway, 2019. Thanks. Like your art creation, says Angela. Marcy, I'm from Trinidad. Is your art really expensive? Because my currency is lower than yours. Well, at the moment, the prices are always changing with the fluctuation of things and postage, what the postage charges me. At the moment, from this date, they are $69 US, and that includes shipping to your house. So you can go on Google and work out your currency to the US dollar, put $69 US, and that's how much you'll be looking at. I don't know how much your currency is worth, but that's just the way you can judge it. That's why I use the US dollar. They are in US dollars, 69 cents. Cracker Box, yes. So at the moment there's 69. Sometimes they change because the, like I said, the postage is always changing. Shipping included, yes, shipping is included. So what you pay, your payments are done by PayPal, through your PayPal. If you don't have a PayPal account, I'm sure you've got a family member or friend that might have one. You just use that. And once you've paid the payment, it's just a matter of waiting for it to come to your house, and it's there. There's no other hidden costs. What people might not know is there's fees coming out left, right, and centre. I learned when I first started, the PayPal takes their fees, the postage and handling take their fees. If you're getting charged a fee to put it into my account, then I'm getting charged a fee to pull it out of there. There's fees everywhere, but everyone's got to make a dollar, I suppose. And that's how the cost for me sending to another country is manufactured as well. But if someone was in my city, how I like that painting, here you go, I can hand it to them. It will be a bit more cheaper because there's no postage involved. Jerry, thank you for you taking your time to answer. Good morning, says Haswina. Good morning, Haswina. Marcia, okay, that's excellent. Good night, everybody, says Sandra Gelman. She's going to bed. Good night, Sandra. All the best. Yes, it's probably hitting 10 o'clock there. We've been on for 50 minutes. Sandra, good night, everybody. Good night, Sandra. Replay, says Joanne. Hello, Ian from Texas. How do you make rocks look wet? You just put the darker colour of the rock. Probably doesn't look like it there. But paint a rock, get yourself 3 values of that colour. So you've got the structured colour, you've got the shadow colour, and you've got the highlighted colour. And then say down the bottom, mix up a darker, just a bit darker, and see if it's going to look wet to you. But generally, you paint it darker to get a wet look, all right? Appreciate everything you do for us, says Bev. Thank you. You're welcome, Beverly. Love your paintings from Sharon in Perth, says Sharon Hillman. Oh, you're in Perth too. Whereabouts are you in Perth, Sharon? That's interesting to know. Maybe you've told me before, but I might have forgotten. Sometimes people ask to buy my paintings. What should I, as a beginner, charge? Well, obviously, if it's a decent quality painting, you can charge anywhere from $50 up. All right, that's just what I can recommend without seeing it, so long as it is decent. Thank you so much. Love watching you paint, says Kathleen Wilson. Ruth, just tuned in. The live chat. Good idea, Florida. Yes, the show goes for about an hour. Kathleen, we've been on for about 55 minutes, so there's about 5 minutes left. Sorry you couldn't join us at the beginning, but you can always watch the replay for that. There are links in the description below. Check them all out. And I'm just telling everybody about my art's for sale patrons page. There's a link in the description below. You can support my content there. You're welcome, DC Sandra. Sharon Hillman. What, you live in Ballajura? That's where I live. That's crazy. 90% of my followers are in the other side of the world, and I've actually got one here, mate. Or are you saying I live in Ballajura? Yeah, I live in Ballajura. Sharon Hillman. Ian, always happy chatting with you. I do learn a lot. Thank you for being my mentor. You're welcome, Marcia Best. Very welcome. It's what it's all about. I love getting this feedback from you, acknowledging you, and it's good to know that what I'm doing actually helps some people out there. It's fantastic to hear. It's great. Paula, Ian, thank you for all you do. You're a great appreciated. Sad I missed the live show. I will try to catch next week. You're welcome. It's 9 p.m. in New York time, so there's another thing you can all try and work out. Work out New York's time with your timeline. And then if I'm posting an advertisement for my Friday Night Live, you can work out, okay, it's 9 o'clock New York time. What time is it in my capital city? Then you can work out, okay, it's such and such a time. You'll know when to come on. Because a lot of people have had frustration knowing when it suits their city, what time I'll be on. So that's the best I can do for that. I thank the patrons people, Rebecca Hickman, Heather Nicole, and Kathy Ogan again. Be sure to credit other artists on my art group page there. If you're using their videos, their paintings, or their photos, just give them credit. You're inspired by their video or photos there. And I want everybody to support everybody in that art group. You know, if someone needs an answer, feel free to answer it. I can't answer everybody there. Unfortunately, I do when I can. Mark's helping me, and then another friend, Jeff, helping me admin the page. And everyone's been great over there. It's wonderful. And just so long as there's no religious or no political things getting out there, and do understand it's not a marketing platform to sell merchandise and stuff like that, okay? That's all that, they're probably the three don'ts, and the rest, go for it. If you're a professional artist, you're a professional YouTuber, you want to put your videos there, you want to show people new ways, go for it. That's what it's all about. Everybody helping everybody, okay? We're going to start wrapping this up in a minute. So it's now 3:50 p.m. Thank you for sharing your videos. You're welcome, Joselina. Great night to you, Ian. Chat again. This will be on next week. Friday Night Live Q&A. Thank you for joining my show. I will be saying goodbye, good luck, and good on yous, and make sure you share and like this video as well, all right? So I will be saying Uru from the Guru.